So my plan basically, I'm trying to go to Cambridge for my PhD. I'm doing ontological systems, ontological access systems, which means like I already started this year formally, but I'm building up the to go there independently with a house. I don't want to go there without a house, so I have to buy a house. But to buy a house, I have to do something properly. So I don't really care about the legal channels anymore. So basically, I'm saving money for 6 months. Saving money. I mean, Turkey is a debt of 240 million already under the Insolvency Act 1988. UK services. I'm trying to get. Oh, sorry. Basically, I'm meant to get. I'm meant to get something here, like a recorder, speech notes. Okay. Hello, Namdi. Hello, can you hear me? You should be able to hear me. Oh yes. So basically, I'm trying to go to Cambridge. I got my bachelor degree, my PhD next year. My PhD the next year. But I want to do it in the UK. But I want to go to Japan too. But after the PhD, because it's more easy to stabilize here. And so I don't want to go to Nigeria yet. Because so basically, this video again is on doing my PhD. I already started. Going to the finger ontological Bayesian intelligence. Ontological means knowing the self, role, and purpose. Computer systems that know what they're doing. Active systems that know what they're doing. Basically, they are polyglottic active systems, hardware, software, signal systems, safety critical systems that know what they're doing. For my masters, this year I've started it, so I've got my 3D printer. I start to build some parts. But in 6 months' time, I should have already got out of here. So the date is now the 12th of December 2025. So basically, active system they work on observer consumer interfaces. Basically, computers that know what they do. For example, if I try to log into my computer now, I have like a rigid interface. Being rigid, it doesn't really account for my new divergence. It has to be flexible. So that's we have two-way systems, which model the interface there. So let's go to repositories first. What am I doing? How am I doing about this? So basically, how am I doing? So we got what am I doing? So I got basically I got the sue list, which is HKSF the sue list. People actively suing, pursuing the on the repository S for Sarah, U for umbrella, E for echo, A for Lima, I for indigo, S for Sarah, T for tango, S for tango. Sue list. And you got that. And you got what? A sue list. You got sue list. So basically, what am I doing? So you got a sue list, and you got basically you got QDIS repository, quantum directed system. Basically, this is active systems for quantum hardware. You got this one here. This is hybrid directed system. We got one system fails trackers basically it's a shared habit of thing. But this is the for quantum hardware key is the key to my what the BFN position, the BFN position. But this is like hybrid directed system via QDIS interface. Basically, it's computers that know what they do, know the state, run the state forever, never decohere because they fix themselves without being proper to. And you got that QDIS and you got HDIS, someone. You got quasi states, which are basically you got 2 states and 2 transition for each state. So everything is tripartite resolution, because every one state you have 2 resolution. So that's what basically quasi means quantum. Basically, why quasi? Basically, quasi means quantum. So you get the quark, the gluon, the bosons, and the things that are still opposed to reality, the form reality. So the term quasi is topological. It means quantum states. Basically, you got it's basically, if you remember the quantum state. The key force of a quark with a spin of something like a half spin, which like if you go half via the gate, the gate Hamiltonian 11, if you spin anti-clockwise, a quark can be okay. If you ping from clockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, you get from 0 half spin, then you get a spin, 180 spin. So half a spin is 90 degrees anti-clockwise, and you get a quarter of a spin. Then you get a pi, which is one full spin, and then you get another pi, one half pi. So you get a 1.5 pi, that's 3 squares of spin, and then you get a 1.5, you get a 1 full spin, 272, it gets 200, so basically goes clockwise, you get that spin. So the thing, why is it quasi state? Because you got the 2 states and new state. So when you are in a half spin, you can have 2 options. So if you are a quark, you have some properties that mirror a gluon. So the gluon is the idea for string theory. If you are a quark with a half a spin, you are the gluon, or you are a quark, because a quark is a full, basically a gluon is half a quark, half a half spin. So basically that's the idea for your model on QFT, quantum field theory. So today, try to get the AI to basically, I'm gonna make this video a formula. You got the quantum thread modeling, but I have to get these ideas out of my head. So I've got to make the rift. Basically, I'm trying to go to Cambridge again, so I'm gonna buy a house. Basically, soon heat services for the housing. At 1996. Basically, I'm trying to sue for the housing, for the housing. But I don't want to sue them directly. Basically, I'm basically not paying anything for heat services. So I'm not paying anything for heat services. So I'm 24. It's my right to leave. So I'm gonna leave to get a house, but I'm gonna have to buy a house in Cambridge. So just remember that the heat services where you live, the care home you live, they are violating your rights to housing. So you've been threatened by Mr. I don't know his name. This new person is telling you, telling you that there's no house, trying to tell you that I should stay here. I have a house, I have a room. I said I've been here for 6 months. When I say I know my rights to housing, the kind of is trying to subject myself to the housing. I think this person name, I think it's Fazal. I think it's Fazal. I don't care about his name. But Azza and Fazal are actively denying me my rights to housing without any application. So basically, I said I'll go to moneyclaim.org. Come to the UK, but I have to get all my government use ID. So basically, to use the MoneyClaim UK strong online law system, you have to get all your government ID. That's why. So basically, I can sue them individual on my sue list, repository, and sue them individually. So now listen to me now. So when you see them individually, you get their names, which will be done on the sue list, and then you can get the sue list and get 30,000 back. So the one thing is after you leave. It's fine, but then that has to go through the system too. So that will get processed after you leave. But you are actively advocating. So basically, you don't pay anything to get servicing. You never pay. So basically, my contract is void, which means that it's never like valid in any shape or form because I didn't sign it, and I'm not meant to be here by the law. So they told me, so that's the law on unique services. So but what I'm saying to you is that I'm not meant to be here. So I'm trying to get myself out of here. So what I'll do is I'm trying to put that money, not paying heat services or direct, into a trust fund. I can do that more easily, set up a trust fund, but I don't know how to route the money because the council has to do it by law. Because they're public institution, so everything I'm meant to paying them, I'm not paying them. So that's the council thing. Everything I'm meant to be paying them, the tax. I'm gonna be routed to a trust fund. So basically, the trust fund will be my bank account now. For safety, for safekeeping, for money, Cambridge. I'm gonna save around 10,000. I'm gonna do that money, but I have to set up a trust fund today. And we basically the LCCU owes me money too. The LCCU owes me money, so the LCCU owes me money. But what I mean, the LCCU means basically I got my care leave service. My care leave service, but the LCC went back up, so they owe me 85,000 money for losing my care leave allowance when they're bankrupt. That's the London Credit Community Union, which is at Friarsgate Community School. When the original facility came when I was 9 years old in the Barking Canning Town area, in the Park City area in that region, where the lot of children there, new divergence integrated in the community. So that was the idea. So basically, Victor, my brother Victor, didn't really care about the trust fund setup, but he's got his money, but he's not new divergence, so they failed the system. They just sell anyone for the money. So basically, my brother who signed my program of social care, but he's not autistic, so that kind of violation of the policy. So this is what it shows that they don't know what they're doing. So there you go, Namdi. You don't really care no more. So I've been threatened by FASA, denying rights to housing, and now seeking legal protection. But I can't call someone directly. I don't want to call something general. So basically, this is my first micro journal. So basically, my journal will have this, so the AI can do it for me. Two more things. So basically, get the consensual AI. Which is the AI that acts on when you give it consent to do it for you. Don't basically put your money where your mouth is. You got the you can manage your finance. You know, he consists to manage your finance. That kind of AI. And you get the personal AI, the UAI. You get the private AI, but you know, I'm trying to have some kind of project where you have two private. We have like everyone that gives consensus first to the private AI to share some information. Basically, the term GSI, G for goat, S for Sarah, I for Indigo, gets up programming interface concept GSI interpretation. Basically, how is this? I could go to GSI gossip interface dot GSM gossip gossip GS for gossip and M for okay, the GSM stands for GS message gossip messaging file format. GSI should stand for interface, and GSM is standard gossip protocol. So basically, if I do the GSI as interpretation interface, and G for basically diamond is for polyglot message coheres, like you know, it's basically you know, you get the message channel and you got the interface channel, you know, the user channel, so the endpoint, like the node itself. So that's what I'm trying to do. I know it's very advanced and complex, you know, but you know, I'm holding there. You know, you trust yourself. You got some work to do today on Ref. But you know, I don't know put it on video. But you know, today date again is the 12th of December 25. I'm trying to formalize something called a Ref interface. I got my notes here basically. I go over and down, but I'm trying to do it formally. So let me just see what I'm doing now because I don't want to mess it up really. So I'm trying to define some kind of a sparse for fail-safe design protocol for topology, zero topology mesh. What does that mean for it? So what does that mean? So basically, what that means is I'm trying to define a Rift packaging manager, a packaging manager for Rift. Basically, I'm trying to package Rift stage 3, Rift stage 3 into something. Rift Rift stage 3. Basically, you got Rift form 1. But you got this basically you got Rift R for Romeo, I for Indigo, F for format, T for Tango dash SP. Now SP stands for row index. So you get the stage alignment, the row alignment, the row polarity alignment, the column polarity alignment. You know, because you can have polarity in the signature for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Polarity, the stage bound polarity for like row conjugate. What we mean when you build. Basically, it's like a Rift thing. So I'm going to find some dependency mitigation hierarchy. So I'm trying to formalize some kind of give us some kind of a spec. I don't have my bag here. I don't know why it's there. So basically, I think with the work to do, obviously, I do have it. So I haven't got it here. So I got it written down, but I can't find it. I don't know. I said. So basically, you got this here. All this I found this. So basically, I got the problem here now. So one was basically, so I got it here. So I'm trying to find some kind of signal system. Basically, when you press 0 on one computer, you have it off. But if you turn on 0, press 1, you get 1. Basically, in two systems, you can have the inverse system turn on and off to define kind of bootloader process. I'm trying to implement a crash dump system. You know, so this doesn't happen. So we have some kind of artifact problem. Basically, you have we have to detect the state of the program before it even crashes. Basically, you got to if a computer is on, it's off. So if it's on, if it's a 1, it shouldn't be a 0. It should never be a 0. The grid to be a 0. So basically, you got the priority setting for the row column alignment, and that'll be for Rift. So when the system crashes, it starts to crash. You know, it starts to crash, start to slow down, try to lag. So I'm trying to detect that ahead of time. Basically using some kind of priority system. So, for example, if I put a computer on, the state is 0. Basically, if I put a computer on, the state is epsilon and 0, or negative epsilon negative epsilon or 0. If I then turn on, it's 0. If I then try to turn on, it's either in a boot state of 0, 1, 1. Basically, it's a bootloader problem. So basically, the crash jumper, basically, if the bootloader linkable and accessible formats crash, it's the whole program will crash. So basically, if I link something, and you know it boots. Basically, if I put something that if I recursive, basically it's recursive problem. So if I put some, if I detach from a process, if I attach from a process, that basically I can use the if I attach a process to a process and then that process crashes, the whole system will crash because that process cannot delegate itself properly, safely. For example, so it's a delegation problem. You know, it's a basically alignment possibility. If I have from the state, everything is a 0 or 1, 0 or 1. But you know, if I do 1, if I then go to a priority bit, or if I go to a priority bit, like everything is epsilon state, epsilon 0, and then I create a priority bit, a priority inverted bit. So I have on. I have the same bits for this. So I get epsilon, I get the priority bit for that would be minus epsilon, and then that's basically this is pointed to epsilon. But we get the negative point, we get the epsilon, we get the epsilon, we get minus epsilon, we get epsilon, we get negative epsilon, get epsilon, and then from the get 0, get 1. But you know, that will be for the state of the encoding. That will flip, basically, it will track the state within OBNSS retrocession to see how the program crashes before it boots up a terminal or some kind of GUI for the Muka OS. And the last but not least, you're trying to introduce also a self, basically, you get a dynamic system. So I've got the notes here, but I do have the notes somewhere, I don't know. So basically, I don't know. I got this there. So the thing, basically, you got some problem with the so you're trying to find some other problem here. So you get root stage 3, root stage 2, 3. Basically, root stage 0 is Lexa stage. Root stage 1 is parser. Root stage 2 is a tokenizer. AC. So root stage 3 is assembly. So root stage 3. 2 is parser AC. So AC can be watched to WhatsApp. But the problem from root stage 3. In between the third floor is for like the app stage. So when you got the assembly format, you already got an app. So Wishes 2 is bad for app, but you know Wishes 3 is for packaging. So everything as packaging was talking about Wishes 3. Basically the need to find some kind of something called Tomo T for Tango JSON. Which stands for tomographic JSON, which is high level what assembly can know is easy to handle in real time. So it's basically based on area data. Basically, it's based on the area data, not the actual parameter. Like a coordinate system is based on the pi model of cardinality. So it's supposed to work as intended. So it's supposed to work as intended. So you get the pi model, everything. So you get the everything. So you get the pi model. You get so with that idea. You get because the pi model, so you get them. So this is 3 is meant to package access, but how that works is you get a static node and dynamic node once at once. You get like a pair. You get something that's static or dynamic, and that's the philosophy based on tripartite system. So what does that actually mean? So you get basically I don't even know anymore. So sorry, Nandi. So guys, let me just try to get it here. Obviously, this is my diaries here. I put here all my work, but it's my journal. So I'm going to act in this journal because I'm autistic. Basically, I'm doing ontology research, so I'm doing it properly. So, before I go, decentralized, basically. So you get this web PNG. So you get one. So you get this so you get this this is like a static one, decentralized stack. This is a static one. So this is a circle, and this is like the axis circle. But you know, this is the model. And then you have, so you get the try to basically I even want everything to be bound to research 1, but you know the research 3 is very important to you get things you want to do at all stages. But you know what stage you can allow it to be do it with a phenomenology without binding to your own ontology. So you get this one, so you get a dynamic topology. So this is a mesh topology structure for so you get so this is like a cluster grid. So this one's a node, that's a cluster. So this is a peer-to-peer that's static. So these are two static nodes that you can switch. So if something can be static or dynamic, but it's a peer-to-peer model of it. So you get the grid. So you get like a one grid here or two grid. You can basically two or one. But it's like a grid. This grid just means like this grid is for like gridding. So you can have like an area of coverage, and this is like for the architect, because the package is this. She has two states. They either dynamic libraries or static, but it can be both because you have the functors definition there, and you have the topology grid here. So basically, a mesh structure. This is a bus topology. You get the X. Basically, this is an X circuit. It's like basically like a grid, but a circuit model. So you get the bus. So the circle, circle, circle. Or dynamic outside and the inside. Basically, when they intersect at right angles, they are based on F. Basically, I'm trying to define this auxiliary. So if you have like an F, if you can determine F or a Z or C or a Z, then you know that you have a 90 degrees angle, and you have some thing you want to attach to the right angles, because the right angles are static nodes. They don't change, because if they ever change, this system will able to grow, but they're also dynamic because they're bouncing. Basically, these one are both dynamic and static, but these ones are dynamic too. So this can be static already, but based on how they grow, how much nodes you add. Those can be depending. This is a bus bridge. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the middle, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 on the left, which represent bus wheels. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But what if it's done at a lower level, like at the passing stage? Because if I have this, basically, you get the star one. So this is like a one, which is basically the area in this way you copy. So you're going to try to find a function that uses OBNS's differential system to calculate the integration of the system over systems. Because the area of the grid is a tomographic system. So the area of coverage is the where the coverage is allowed or not allowed. So that area is to be ensured that it's is based on tomography calculus, also like the T JSON model T maximum, which stands for tomo. So T maximum stands for organized tomographic data for area bound pressures based on a fault tolerant first system. So the packaging is basically decentralized because the artifacts are trident, and we're not really sure. Obviously, I'm trying to be sure, trying to create a packaging for C for Rift without using system for X as a policy to determine the pre-fight system, where the system state is can allow a geomorphic function call. Yeah. So basically, this is just the BCI. So basically, it's my diaries here. This is I think you get the juggernaut, but this is live. This is this is all the transfer from the YouTube channel, youtube.com /@ O for Oscar, B for Bravo, I for Indigo, N for November, E for Echo, X for X-ray, E for Umbrella, S for Sarah. So basically, you got this node 3. Yeah, this is just a trident one. But they're both peer-to-peer. You can have one static node and two dynamic nodes. You can have a new one, 2 to 1 as sparsity for node clustering. Via IOTA settings. For seeded grow my one for me seeding the growth, because when I see something I know I'm gonna grow it. So that's the idea. So your idea is basically, is it which stage do I want to do for? No, research 2. Basically, if I got the parser research 1, the Alexa research 1, research 2 is parser. Actually, basically, research 2 band, the parser. Basically, all basically you can do at any stage, but you have to pick the stage. But you have to state for each stage, so there's no so basically at the parser stage you can package for Rift app. So Rift after really what to Epson, what some text files for Rift via tomographic system. So basically they're meant to be work on your behalf. So there's no thing. So basically I got one more thing here. Have I got any corn here? No, I hope not. Can I put it? Yes, give tutorial point. So this is tutorial points. Now tutorial point is here. So basically, I love this. I'm looking at tutorial point. So basically, so basically, you're trying to find this kind of mesh topology that works with your integration model for tracing the system via tracing trusting that, because basically it's proving that the mesh topology holds true via series, every street or byte, in there. But computer network, so basically it's a model for computation via the system. So it's meant to give you so basically you got the trigger point bus topology, you got the ring topology, but these are basically they are just dynamic artifacts of there. You got the hyper topology, you got the tree topology, but they're all there to grow. So that's the idea. They meant to grow your network. So the idea is to enable all sort of communication, digital and via electromagnetic interfaces. So you never basically I don't want to be able to. For me, macOS has the things future. So I don't want to be able to. For me, it's a policy. If I had one hand, and I had one hand, and then I don't have another hand, I don't want to be able to. Would not to be me put my single machine. So if I'm just looking at my PC, I won't be able to work. So I hate that kind of thing. I hate it so much. I hate it. Doesn't mean it. So I'm trying to as a policy, guys. And to close, all systems must be hands-free. Because if you're in hands, the worst case, if I use my eyes to navigate the system, the cursor is there. So I want to be literally be able to look at my cursor camera and use my retina to move my cursor. That's the feature I want. So the retina will be moving the cursor, and I don't have to when I look at it, I come to my screen and the computer sees me. Oh, hey, now they see your face, and then you move your cursor, and then you blink with your eyes. And then you blink with your other eye, so you move your cursor and then blink with your other eye, and that'll be making beautiful for me because I love myself. This one basically, it's basically showing that the IP address is dynamic, and there's no, it's like a static IP version on your for relay system. So you're meant to work with it as intended. You're meant to have this as intended. You got the bridges. You got the circuit, the LAN, but the packet artifacts are just dynamic, static and dynamic mesh topologies that know what they're doing, actively know what they're doing, because they have active sparse states to resolve via Cisco and RISCO compliance via synced polyglottic region for Landguard. It's really quantum system I'm building, but I'm using classical interface to do it. So obviously I'm building again. Cue this. I'm building classical systems, but I'm using classical systems to do it. I'm doing quantum systems. Everything I see is quantum model, but I'm using classical interfaces to do it. So that's the idea. It's meant to really provide some kind of universal bridge that basically doesn't force anything anymore. It's like something that data packets. One more thing. So basically, data packets and the code. So basically, you have a trident. Say you have a coil. A coil goes up and down. So this is like what I call a coil data packet. A coil packet. So you got a risk. You got a risk data packet, risk reduced instruction set code. I don't know, but you got a Cisco, but yeah, I call them Cisco packets, and basically the same thing. They call them sorry, so basically, you got Cisco packets. Cisco packet is like the standard one. Basically, you get Cisco packet. What's Cisco packet is the same thing. So it's not the same thing because it's just the structure is different. So if they're different, they're not the same thing. Because Rift cares about structure, not syntax, as a policy. So we cares about the structure of your data, like the data structure. So basically, risk packets are the same system application. If I see something over the system, so I'm going to introduce the concept of a coil packet. Now, what is a coil packet? Now, imagine like a coil. So a coil is like a electromagnetic system, a medium or wave. It doesn't mean the coil system, but it allows you to put more energy into it. So store more, send more. That's a coil system. So it allows you to do more, double more. Because if basically a coil is a spring, so if a spring bounces up and down, when you put the pressure on the bottom, and you let it go up, and basically when you put the spring downward on some kind of torque, something that's holding it up, which is called a torque, I believe, you let it go up. and then it goes up and then down. But you need to put basically it goes double down. Because basically you put it up, it goes up really high, and you compress it goes down. Basically, the coil is like if you have information in this medium, the structure of the coil is like the actual physical coil, and that coil sends energy of this system. So it's meant to it is that. So the coil packet is the same thing. So the coil packet is the same data, but it's more basically it's like a single buffer. So you got if you're sending one way, you get like a coil tri packet. So you get 3 cell encoding. You get an encoding of tri encoding. So you get A B C. So you get 3 coil. The coil packet is A B C. So you get A B C. So you get a coil packet. The coil packet is A B C. So you get some. So if you're sending C A B or A B C, they're the same thing. If they're canonical, so the canonical usually represent the same thing. A B C, B A C, and C A B. They're the same thing. Same thing here over a network. So the coil packet is meant to have some kind of node, stack a node that boosts it up. So you send it further. It's like a checkpoint. Okay, here's the checkpoint. Stay here. You don't need to stay there. Basically, the checkpoint is just you can stay there if you want, but it allows you to recover the data from there. So so basically if the duplex system is just fast up, the idea of copper is like the spring. So if you have like some energy in the spring or medium, you coil the system. Hey, what do you want? What do you want?
You're washing up time.
What do you want?
You said you will do the cleaning after 1 hour. I'm reminding you.
Okay, go.
Are you coming now?
Go, I'm coming.
Why are you shouting?
Cause you're annoying me.
I'm not annoying you.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, don't shout.
You're shouting at me. Go.
Don't shout.
Get out here.
Don't shout.
Get lost, man.
Don't shout.
Oh my days. So the 6 package just went to send data, but you have to basically it's not a linear system. It's basically curves the structure at each endpoint. So it springs up, it goes down. So basically, once you coil, you can uncoil. So that's the idea. So when you uncoil, you send the same thing. So the stream is buffered. It's basically it puts an extra push in the data, so the data gets there. So there's no delay. So it doubles this basically. It's basically bandwidth. So the bandwidth it goes up. So if you have a bandwidth, like some data, it's basically like a throttle. It's usually you throttle or debounce the data. So you have some kind of relay system that ensure that you get the data you need based on how the encoding was, no matter how the parity system was. So you go up or down, but it's like a coil, it's like a spring, and that's the idea. So you can always know you are getting some information, no matter how large or small the network is. Thank you, guys.